Everything you've been told about virtual wholesaling real estate is completely wrong. These wholesaling real estate expert videos you've been told and the ways that old wholesaling has been, it's no more. You're getting told the wrong information. There are some uncomfortable truths as a beginner wholesaler that you must know to actually become successful. I see a lot of wholesalers that go for my free course, they get the information, they subscribe, they get super excited about wholesaling real estate, and then bang, they get stuck in the trap of wholesaling houses. They get no results, they get nowhere, and they're kind of in this hamster wheel and they never become successful. Then there's other people that get into wholesaling, they start doing deals and they become wildly successful. What's the difference between those people and you? Well, the people actually successful, they understand these uncomfortable truths, face their fears, and go after it. The first uncomfortable thing that we have to truly understand that no wholesaler is going to tell you, and what you've been told about virtual wholesaling is a lie. There's going to be this huge, massive support system that you're going to get when it comes to wholesaling houses. Just like me starting out and so many other people, your friends are not going to be supporting you. Your family's most likely not going to be supporting you. You're not going to have other local wholesalers going out here to help you out. It is a you and you only that's going to push you out of where you're at right now. You're going to have to be the person that gets up in the morning, puts the bandit signs out, does the texting, does the calls, does the digital bandit signs, does the direct mail, does the drawing for dollars reverse, all that work. It's you. You're the one that has to do it. Nobody else is going to be in your corner after a long, hard day and say, it's okay, you did everything. No, it's lonely. It's a tough battle and a journey, but you have to understand this fact. I see a lot of wholesalers try to get this whole community and all these things, and yes, hopping on the live streams, talking to me, talking to other wholesalers together, that's going to help you out. But at the end of the day, it's going to be you and only you, which is going to have to come with the realization that you have to be accountable to yourself. Did you make the calls or did you not make the calls? Did you drive for dollars today or do you not drive for dollars today? Did you watch your Netflix and your social media and not market, or did you? You have to make this realization and this truth a reality today. It is you versus the lazy version of yourself. Who is going to win at the end of the day? When you don't feel like calling, when you don't feel like texting, when you don't feel like reaching out to your motivated sellers for the day, what is going to happen? Are you actually going to go out here and do it, or are you going to sit on your butt and fail at the day? The truth is, if you become better every single day in wholesaling and you start an upward spiral where you do more marketing and you get more people that want to sell their property, and that comes with more offers and more contracts and more deals and more money, that will lead you to wholesaling success. Nobody is going to come here and save you. You have to save yourself. Your coach, guru, mentor, heck, even watching me to learn wholesaling real estate, I can give you the education, but ultimately it's going to be you that's going to have to go out here and do the work, make the difference, and make the money. If you don't go out here and do the work, you're not going to get the results. So ask yourself, who's going to win? You versus the weak version of yourself. Every single day, it's a battle that you have to win. Don't quit. Keep fighting. And I'm not saying this as a rah-rah speech to get you going, but this is an uncomfortable thing that you have to understand. You have been lied in wholesaling real estate that everything's okay and you can do whatever you feel like. And honestly, you're turning into a little pipsqueak. Nobody cares about your problems. Nobody cares about your situation. Nobody cares how tired you are. Nobody cares about any of that stuff. People, frankly, only care about themselves. And once you come to that uncomfortable realization, you'll understand that nobody cares if I fail, or nobody cares that anything was difficult. They only care about the results and what you do. So let your actions speak louder than words. I have a ton of wholesalers that always come up to me and always try to speak to me saying, Zach, I'm gonna be just like you. I'm gonna make millions and millions of dollars wholesaling houses. But when time comes to actually do the action and the work and all this stuff, they never do it. They don't make the cold calls that they're supposed to do. They don't drive for dollars the amount that they said they're gonna do. And they ultimately ended up failing in the business. It's not about how much you're yapping, it's how much you actually go out here and do the work. So if you're watching this and you wanna know the truth of how you actually become successful, I'll tell you, you're gonna have to dedicate at least 5 to 10 hours a week on income producing activities. 5 to 10 hours a week of cold calling, texting, drawing for dollars, reverse drawing for dollars, calling sellers, calling buyers, things that actually are going to produce income in your wholesaling business. These are the things that we have to start doing right now. The problem is when we start getting that territory of working less than 5 hours a week of income producing activities, you don't really get any wholesaling results. Now you could theoretically work for 10 hours, but if you spend all the time pulling lists and comping, that stuff's not actually producing income, right? That's not the calling, that's not the cash buyers, that's none of that stuff. You might have worked 10 hours, but you only spent maybe an hour or two on income producing activities. Really start focusing your time in income producing activities and not, and you're gonna see yourself making a ton more money in wholesaling real estate. The next lie here I see a lot of wholesalers say is, no, You don't have to work hard. Wholesaling real estate is rigged and you got to do this new method. And usually a wholesaling guru will try to spin a new method on you, novations. They'll try some other scheme. And I'm not really going to mention any because it would be pretty obvious of how wholesaling is dead and you got to do this whole new different thing, but it's really wholesaling disguised, right? They'll call it wholesaling 8.0 or something stupid. They'll call it the giraffe method or something. And really it's just wholesaling with extra steps just to entice you to go buy something, right? Don't fall for the trap. To this day, the only business with no one at all that you can run up and make tens and hundreds of thousands of dollars is wholesaling. Wholesaling real estate's always going to be the thing that's going to make you money. These gurus are in the information selling business and you need to be in the wholesaling real estate business. Next here, this is a super important one and something that I see a lot of wholesalers get stuck in. You have to break your fear of the phones. You will never get by in wholesaling real estate if you still have this crippling fear of the phones when it comes to talking to sellers. Frankly, if you're afraid to talk to sellers, how are you going to go out here and go in person, negotiate the deal? How are you going to go over the phone and close a seller with a virtual e-signature contract? How are you going to call up a buyer if you're scared to go and actually have conversations with people? Heck, you're a human being. You've had conversations for decades now. You cannot be scared of talking to the sellers over the phone. And the best way to overcome this fear is by actually doing it, actually doing the work, talking to the sellers. Going out here and talking to these sellers is so important. You cannot close deals without actually having conversations with sellers. And if you have a fear of the phones, you're never going to get there. So what I'm telling you to do, what I'm begging you to do is if you have a fear of talking to sellers, get on the phones, actually get experience. That's going to be the thing to overcome your fear. And you might be saying, well, I'm nervous. Just do it. Close your eyes and do it. That's all I can tell you. You're not going to break this thing by just having experience. And the best way to have experience is just by calling sellers up and breaking that fear. Heck, I've had that fear talking to sellers starting out. But the only way I destroyed that irrational fear, being scared of what they're going to say or what could they say or whatever's going from there, I just did it. And after the 100th call, it was a lot less scary than the first call. And so that's a big problem I see. A lot of people say you don't have to worry about talking to sellers to get deals. No, you have to. And you have to do the work too. You know, I see a lot of wholesalers, all they want to do is focus on MLS properties, Zillow for sale by owners, and that's not the way to success. That's actually not the way for you to actually start doing wholesaling deals. The best way for you in wholesaling real estate to have success is by actually doing off-market real estate that's not a FSBO or not on the MLS, actually talk to sellers. Yes, it's harder. I get it. But that means once you get that deal locked up, you're going to make $15, $20, $30, $40, $50,000. And when you don't do that, yeah, it's easier to get the deal locked up, but it's a lot harder to get that deal sold. And honestly, it's a lot more of a headache. It frankly disgusts me the amount of wholesaling influencers and gurus that are lying to you about virtual wholesaling. It's hard work. It's a grind. It's not fun sometimes, but getting that money and the reward for the journey is definitely 100% fun. So if you're going out here and you want to actually start getting wholesaling real estate results, do me a favor, make sure you go to freewholesaling.com, my free wholesaling course, where I teach you how to wholesale real estate absolutely for free, step by step. And make sure you smash that like button, subscribe. This is Zach Ginn signing out. Have a blessed one.